And we're back. I'm the Dad Panther, and there's been a lot of information, a big data mine, or at least another data mine from the folks over there at Crystal Dynamics, and we're gonna get all up into that with the stream that's coming. Kalika-lika-la. Now, before we get into that, some housekeeping notes. Thank you for being here. Your time is valuable. You could have been anywhere in the world and you're here, and I really appreciate that. If you can click the subscribe button, click notification, ring-a-ling-a-ling, like, comment, all that other stuff, it would be greatly appreciated, as me and the producer of the show is trying to give you guys fresh content, and we're trying to make sure that this is what you want, and that's one of our ways to find out. I hope you're doing well wherever you're at. I know it's a crazy part of 2020 that we're in, but I hope everything in your life is going well, going great. So we're going to get into this. Now, the first thing I have is the 50% off that's been going on with the marketplace. Marvel's Avengers game. It's still going on. And Marvel's Avengers team, Crystal Dynamics, the developers who are working on the game, they will let you know when this sale will end. There's also been, I can't confirm it right now, but the takedowns are lower price, and those are going to move to a lower price. I believe they're going to stay at the 50% off, which I believe is 600 in the currency versus the 1200 that it is all the time. And that's the news you have. Now, if you go to the blog now, there was no word table, but they did put up some information on the state of the game and what they're doing. And from what I saw, there's not much they're talking about other than they're constantly working on stuff. There's no late breaking information. There's no conversation on what's going to be on the stream that's going to happen literally right after I probably post this video, and the war table that's supposed to be maybe the first or the second week of November. We already know the big news, which is, Bishop's not coming until before the end of the year. Now, whether or not that's November or December the 31st, we know that they've already said that unless they've got to make some adjustments. And that's really it on the blog. So you can go and check on the blog. As far as streaming, there's a stream that's later on today. They haven't really streamed for since about, 14, 15 days. They haven't streamed since. So let's see if it's going to be Phil or Andy. Those guys seem pretty cool. I don't know what the format's going to be or what the plan of it is, but I'm hoping that the audio is good. I'm hoping that it's edited, but then that would kill the whole idea of stream. I just want the quality of it to be good. If the quality is good, that means a lot for us. If the quality is shaky, like I saw in the comments when I watched the last stream, it just makes it seem as if, we're still trying to get things together. But let me get into the juicy spot. The reason that you click this, I like to think, other than the mark. Oh, wow. The stream is getting ready to start. Let me turn down my... Hold on. Sorry about this. We're live. We're live on the show. I'm not going to lie to you. We're live. So the stream's getting ready to start soon. But let me get up into it. Okay, so Miller, everybody's favorite. I want to say he's a journalist. I'm just going to call it what it is. He's a journalist for the community, alongside me and Lejeune, and you got Super Rebel, and you've got Young Ripper. Is that his name? I'm sorry. You got Craze Gaming. There's a lot of people. Vlad. There's a lot of people out there that are doing videos and content. There's people on Riddick. There's people in Discord I've been talking to. And the more, the merrier. But Miller is our superhero. He's been dropping nuggets from day one, okay? So Miller dropped some more nuggets today. And the timing of these nuggets dropping, it's not him that dropped. Okay, basically there's a video, right? A video came out, and that video was showing some stuff. Miller went ahead and showed us what a lot of people have already kind of seen already, which were pictures of this video and screenshotted items and things of that nature. So I'm going to start displaying stuff on the screen. Now, before I display stuff on the screen, I didn't think I would ever have to say this in any video I've ever said. I don't mean any harm to any developer or any company when I post stuff or talk about games. I'm being genuine. I'm being honest. No one is paying me for this. I haven't been given any games or any items to test out or anything, no sponsorships whatsoever. I'm trying to be genuine as I can. I don't need anybody coming back saying I'm doing something with their beautiful baby that is this game, or any game or any item I post on. But The images I'm going to put, most of them should say at the bottom, these images belong to Crystal Dynamics and the people that put out the game. But anyways, the fair use legal jumbo out the way. I don't know what to say on all these images that I'm seeing. I'm going to talk about the images, but I don't know what to say on them. One of them is a screenshot of what you would see as the startup when you load the game. And one of the keyframes, if you look down to the bottom left on the second part, you'll see where I think what we call it initiative for the campaign or us doing the war table stuff, the naming is different. And that naming pops up in the data mine. So that's what it was. It was a video of data mined information or a data mine pool, whatever the case is. Don't know where it came from. But this shows some things that they're either currently working on that are in builds, currently, or something that maybe they were working on in the past and they just haven't done it. You know, conversations with new games are, hey, there's features that are there, but the features are supposed to come out really slow later on. We're supposed to give it to you broken, not Crystal Dynamics, not gaming, and not this game in general, but the conversation, we tend to get cynical. And the conversation is you're looking at certain games like, you know, Anthem or games that aren't really fully published or not published, put out or polished. And we're like, man, did they send this to us broken so we can have something to play with for now? And then they'll add batteries and then we'll get the full features. But some of the stuff that came from the data mine was items that are shown on the picture. So that's one of them in the data mine. And I'm not going to put all the information you'll be able to find on Reddit and other stuff. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to tear apart the game or the developers or whatever. I know they've been working hard. We're trying to figure this all out. But anyways, the next picture you'll have is this new land. Now this land could be California, or this land could be, what could it be? I mean, it could be San Fran, but it could also be Wakanda. I was thinking about the area. Obviously, San Fran is come on, but it could be Wakanda. I don't know, but I don't know what this is. Is that the Golden Gate Bridge in the background? Is that a oil rig thing in the background? Is it a shield covering something? Is it slimed area? I don't know. But one of the pictures you have, mind you, some of these pictures could just be concept art. And we're just so clinging for information on this game, which is not a good thing. That means we're not getting enough. Or we're just super hyped about it. But I don't know what that means. This right here, the UI with the map, what is that? Is that the GPS so you can point to exactly where you want to go on the map? So you kind of hit something. Is there something for the emote wheel? Is there another one where you're pinging people and telling them where to go? Is that for your inventory, or there's a chest over there? Like, what is this? And it also showed ping because there was another image where it actually showed the type of pinging or a kind of a pinging system that was in there. So that was one of the things that came on. Warhammer and Black Panther, there's a picture that's up there. It's a concept art. Now, you know, concept art changes. It's not uncommon in gaming or movies, television, comics where it changes. So that's something we'll look at, you know, see what's up. But that's what you're looking at. You also saw Hawkeye. Let me show you the image of Hawkeye, or at least what we think is Hawkeye. You know, it's just images. And I know we're getting hyped. I've seen the comments on Twitter and stuff. We're getting hyped about these images, whether good or bad. One of the things that came off that might have been a little negative, or maybe two, was I'm going to show you this picture of Captain America. Okay. Now this picture of Captain America is a concept picture, right? Now I'm going to show you a picture of Black Panther. Now, unless I edit this horribly, I'm going to show you Black Panther. Now I'm going to show you Captain America and back to Black Panther. Now, unless I butchered going back and forth, what I wanted you to look at is what they're saying online, or some people, is that Captain America was maybe drawn first, and then Black Panther's character was drawn on top of that. Almost like they're trying to take, I guess, the originality of the artist, but it's a concept art. And then some people aren't happy with the character skin that Black Panther has. There's skins of Miss Marvel, Hulk, and Thor, and some of them look a little goofy. But again, these are probably concept arts. Until we see something where it's out in the game, I don't know why. What's your take on it? Put in the comments. You know, what does it matter to you about the stuff, the information that came out? Sorry about that. Now, the other thing that I did realize, looking through all the notes that Miller had was, and Miller's awesome in my eyes, and I've shouted him out before on this this airwave thing that I'm using. But one of the things I saw on it was just how some of the missions were and some of the storylines and certain zones and things they're trying to put together. Again, concepts, just words without anything in it. You know, don't want to sound corny, but the Shakespeare rose by any name could be, you know. And some people in the comment were like, they didn't like whatever they were reading. These are just words, okay? Like there's a section, and I'll end it with this. There's a section where it talks about the replay of the storyline, the campaign. And we all want that. We all want to run it. We don't know if we can run it with our character, you know, or any other characters. Is there a rumor of creating your own Inhuman? Whatever. But when you look at the options that it seems like it gives you, I think one of them is like you get to rerun it with your character with very limited loot. Another time you can rerun it, and you can rerun it with any character with in-game loot, or loot that you got after the campaign. And I think one of them was a speed run where you're running it and you're trying to set a score or beat a score on how fast you can beat it. And some people didn't like it. I don't know why they wouldn't necessarily, especially if they allowed you to play it just regular default, but if they're just, the goal is to give you content so you keep playing more stuff. You work on the looting, you work on the quality of life, and you've got games, all the top of my head I can think about is The Division. The Division, you run the same mission, and you run it with harder enemies, and you run it with different builds, and then you run it with directives on to try to change and add to the contents that you're playing. And then there's speed runs that you get items and tokens and things of that nature for it, and leaderboards to go with it. So I don't know. So I said I was going to end it, but there's more. Okay, so Miller, I'm gonna post this picture right here. Bump, popping up. Boop, 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 right? I guess at the end of all this datamine video, whoever was the one that was leaking it or communicating to Miller, and again, my apologies to Miller if I'm interpreting the information wrong, but I think there was a confusion of whether or not someone on Crystal Dynamics or part of the team over there, or people who put together the game. I don't know. No one knows, okay? And I don't know if this is good or bad, but as if they're coming for Miller, right? So what is your, put it in the comments, what's your interpretation of this right here? Do you think they're coming at him when they don't use his name? Is that his name? Is there somebody else they're referring to? Because it looks like that's who they're talking to. And contents that he doesn't own. That's another reason why I did the whole Fair Use Act intro thing I've never done in my whole life. Do I need a legal team for this video? Right? So I don't think they're coming at him. It seemed like, because even the next line, and I don't have it because I'm trying to make this shorter than it is. I'm trying to get to the stream so I, see that as well. But there is, for whatever reason, not for whatever reason, at the end of the next line, the person says something along the lines of thank you to people like that for keeping the hype of the game. And that's how I feel people like Miller and other people, and I'm gonna put myself into it, trying to create the hype and continue the love for the game. Whether you're a realistic person to say this game needs work, this and this, or you're super negative and you just don't like this game, but you're still talking about it, or you're super nice thinking everything that this game has ever put out is the greatest thing ever and no one can tell you differently. That's on you. All of you are welcome to this table, this community that we're all in, as long as you're keeping it, as long as you're not being negative towards people. We already see the situation with Cyberpunk and people going at the dev. But other than that, man, you could have been anywhere else in the world and you're here, and I appreciate that. Click the like button, subscribe, notification. As I keep this thing going, I've done over 20 videos. I'm trying. But thank you. Kalika-lika loud.